Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dahlia. Today we are back on Nevermore, my winter dark academia island, working on another build. And let me just tell you right now, this build is way bigger than I anticipated. This was supposed to be a nice little filler build. It was supposed to be easy, but when do I ever do anything easy? Never, apparently. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and comment down below if you enjoy, and subscribe if you are new here so you don't miss any of my future videos. So let's head over to the area we're going to be working on. Today we're going to be tackling the very back of my res services. If you guys have seen any of my previous videos, I've done some dormitory builds for a few of my villagers on either side of my plaza. So now we have to fill in this area here. Now, I obviously pre-record my video recording, and then I do my voiceovers in post editing after the video has already been filmed. So as I'm recording this, as I was building these cliffs and as I was doing this, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be such an easy build. I already knew exactly what I was going to build. It's going to be quick. It's going to be easy. I knew exactly what I was going to do. It was going to be great. So I started with a cliff, as you guys can see. Now, essentially what I'm doing for this build is just attaching the build that's on the right side of the plaza to the build that's on the left side of the plaza by creating a couple more fake buildings. This is a university campus kind of island, so I wanted to create more dorm looking builds. I also got stuck here placing things down, and I had to call rescue services. I call rescue services a few times in the build.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Do not mock me, it happens. Okay, anyway, so I knew I wanted just to create a couple of fake buildings, and I do have a overlook build at the front of my plaza that you can like oversee what the plaza looks like. So I wanted this to look very scenic and pretty and like a giant building, kind of just to make the plaza look smaller because it doesn't go with my color scheme, but also just because I wanted it to look nice. So I knew what I was doing going into this. Keep in mind, I rarely know what I'm doing going into builds.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
Except for like the general concept, because I rarely plan out my builds, but I knew what I was going to do today. So I was really proud to go into this and be like, this is going to be such an easy build to create. I know exactly what I'm doing. But no, because apparently it's kind of like one of those, like, once you start adding things, you just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. There's like that meme talking about how like you're just gonna be that girl who wears like some lip gloss and some mascara, and then suddenly you're wearing like a full face of makeup.
Give yourself 1 hour for the makeup, set a timer, girls, and when that timer goes off, chefs, put your knives down, step away from your plates. You be done. You be done, okay?
This is essentially what happened. I put on a full face of makeup on my island. It's still not finished, obviously. I didn't finish my whole island today, but I did do a huge build. And what's really nice about this is that this build leads to a second build that we'll be working on for the next video, which you guys will obviously see what the build is going to be, because I show a custom design on a poster stand that shows you what the next build is going to be. And it's a build I've been looking forward to creating on this island since I started the theme, so very exciting, very much looking forward to that.
I'm so freaking excited!
So anyways, as I've been rambling, I've been creating these fake buildings using the medieval building sides, the simple panel design with this antique window, and more medieval building sides. It took a lot of maneuvering to get these fake buildings finished because it was a lot of like placing items down, going down from the cliff, moving over, placing items down, going away from the cliff, moving over. I did it over and over and over again, and I just recreated the same thing for both sides of the little fake buildings. So if you're curious about what I created, this I showed you. Anyways, I created this little bridge. This is the end. This was supposed to be the ending portion of this build. I was supposed to create, well, not the end. I still had stuff to do on either side of this land bridge, but I knew I wanted to do a land bridge, very pretty and scenic, just with the same custom designs on the ground leading up to this back area. And then on either side of the land bridge, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. It was either going to be new builds, like things that we could do in the future, possibly, or it was going to be more fake buildings because I swear half this island is fake buildings. I don't even know how many castle items and medieval building sites I've used on this island so far.
1 billion, gajillion, fifillion.
Let's just assume it's a lot. And this isn't even, I think I've finished maybe about like 40 to 50% of this island so far. I've done a lot because the builds themselves have been large. So even though I've only done this island for a little over a month and a half, I think, I've covered a lot of ground, which is good. Of course, it's gonna be nice to finish an island actually within season because I rarely ever do that. Anyways, completing this land bridge, I kept it really simple by using the iron and stone fencing along the side, and then using my street lamps with banners, and then just placing some additional furniture along the walkway to make it look really pretty. And you know, fun. I finally used the garden bench. I think I've maybe used this item once on this island, and considering that I've been using the table and chair for this furniture set, I'm surprised it's taken me this long to use this item, but it looks perfect and it's nice, and I made sure everything lined up perfectly, which I struggle with very often. If you know me, you know. But yeah, I kept it really, really simple. As long as you're able to walk through that area, I was happy. Now this is when I came to the conclusion I was most likely going to be doing either fake buildings here, or I was just going to be lining it and leaving this area for later. But as I was building, it just kept getting bigger and bigger.
That's what she said.
Michael.
And I'm like, okay, well, I've already put the castle walls down. I've already just started to place medieval building sides. Let's build a cliff. And then from the cliff, let's build more fake buildings. So this is when it began to get out of hand. Not even really, because at this point, I still, knew that I was going to do this portion of the build to a degree. A part of me was like, oh yeah, like this is what I think I want to do, because it kind of ties in the builds that are behind it and the build I just made, and it's like in my head it made sense. So I made more fake buildings, and I did make this 3 tiers. So this is like a very tall building. At the top, when I do the roof, I don't put any additional items on the top of the roof. I decided to leave it completely blank. What's really nice about this, and why I paid more attention to like the details of like the plant partitions and everything like along the side, and making sure I had all the items placed correctly, is that this is a part of my flyover. So it's going to be nice to get a couple of pictures and videos of what it looks like, and it's a nice fake building, if I do say so myself. It's one of many fake buildings I've made on this island.
Who are all of you?
Go away.
We're your children.
And it looks nice, you know, no complaints here. And then I just placed some more medieval building sides just to complete the build. And this is when I got stuck for the 4th time and had to call res services. So, you know, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Anyways, moving on, I quickly checked to see what it looked like with the camera, and then just recreated the same thing on the other side. I didn't show the other building being created because it was the exact same thing. So don't feel bad. This was also like 3 hours of footage I had to cut down. So we had to make some sacrifices, you know. You saw, if you're looking to recreate the building, I showed you how to create it. And you just can do the same thing on the other side. You're welcome. So this is where I started to lose the plot and I started to lose what exactly I was doing, because at this point I was just placing this pathing down just to make the top portion of my previous build look good, so that if it's in the photos, it's like, oh, it's nice, it's fine, it's like, this is what we're gonna do next. I wasn't planning on building, but then I just kept adding more cuts and designs on the ground. Like this just kept going and going, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why haven't I stopped yet? Why am I still placing custom designs? Like,
Please stop. I can't control myself.
at this point I could have just stopped, but no, I just kept going and going and going. And I'm like, you know what, we're at this point where we're almost at the back of my map.
Look, is bringing the heat out the kitchen.
Let's just keep going, because why not? I already was really okay, I'm not complaining, because I'm really pleased with how this build came together. I think this is such a really pretty build, especially considering it wasn't planned. So I'm not complaining. But what's really nice that I'll say about this is that obviously I said that this is going to lead into my next build, but I also, because of this build, have also planned what is going to go to the left and to the right of these areas as well. The snow you guys see on the ground, I don't do anything there. Those areas are completely blank, but I do know what I'm going to do. Could I have done that in this video? Sure, but did this video need to be 5 hours long? Absolutely not. So you guys get more videos from me in the future, because I now know what I'm going to do, which is really nice. So I'm just planting some cedar trees. At this point, the cedar trees were literally just meant to be like a kind of block away from the fact that I haven't decorated the areas beside them. So I just kind of like left it as is. I do place some items right at this area here, but the entire section on the left and on the right of here are completely not touched. My cliffs are also still up from the original island layout, which is a little embarrassing, but I'm glad I kept them, because honestly I'm now on the cliffs that were originally on the island, and if I hadn't left them I would have had to build all of this back up. So part of me is grateful for being lazy. It's already annoying that we have to like flatten islands and replay Happy Home Paradise just to get custom home options. Like, so like if I get to make it a little bit simpler for myself and just keep cliffs if I think I'm gonna need them, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I put these castle towers and some medieval building size just to make it, I don't know, look a little bit more deliberate. I don't know how to exactly describe this, but basically these little sections are going to be leading to the next build. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that is going to be behind here. I will not be including my secret beach on this island. It just makes more sense for me just to block it with cliffs, so that is what I'm going to be doing. But essentially these giant buildings that I've kind of created on either side of the cedar trees are going to meet at the very back of this area right here, because I'm going to be creating a little entrance, and this is going to be leading to my next build, which is going to be the library. Now this is going to be a big library with like multiple levels that is going to have like bookshelves and like sitting tables and something really, really big that I'm really excited to share.
It's very, very big, very important. When you hear about it, you're going to be very proud.
So that's essentially what this build resulted in, and I'm really pleased with it. I didn't know that this is where I was going to be putting my library, but then I'm like, you know what, this is actually the perfect area. It's not too big. It's like the perfect spot for me, I think. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. I'm insanely happy with this build and how it came together, and I hope that you guys enjoyed as well. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!